Esta semana en Confía en la Call hablaremos del fuerte, del valiente, del entry fragger, ese jugador que no lo pensará dos veces antes de pisar la W e ir adelante. Y para estar al día con todas las noticias de Pubg, suscríbete al canal y activa la campana de notificaciones. El rol del entry fragger es literalmente entrar a la acción de frente con la actitud que tu equipo necesita para reclamar un spot o una casa. Este rol puede ser realizado por cualquier jugador, pero lo ideal es que esté acostumbrado a hacerlo. Requiere reflejos muy afilados, inclusive a un píxel específico. El coraje, por supuesto, no puede faltar, pero no olvidemos que tu función principal como entry fragger es maximizar la cantidad de información para comenzar la acción de tu equipo. Luego de esto tendrás dos puntos claves. Primero, la puntería. Un entry fragger necesita ser muy habilidoso y tener sus reflejos en punto. Necesitas ser muy rápido y eliminar a tus enemigos más rápido. Un buen consejo es practicar mucho en matchmaking o en deathmatch, así mejorarás tu mira y también tu tiempo de reacción. Lo segundo es la comunicación. Tú serás el primero en entrar. Es muy importante ser preciso cuando estás pasando las calls de dónde están tus enemigos. Apuntar hacia el sitio correcto puede ser la diferencia para que tus compañeros te puedan ayudar de forma satisfactoria. El "están aquí" no funciona. Ahora hablemos de los push. El entry fragger es muy útil para dominar los espacios cerrados como casas, como compounds, y siempre debe contar con el soporte que lo ayude con las utilidades. Las flashes, las granadas son muy útiles para distraer al enemigo, inclusive para hacerlos cambiar de posición. Este es el momento donde debes ser más agresivo, ir, divertirte y romper todo. Ya con todo esto dicho, el mejor consejo es no lo dudes y confía que tus compañeros van a estar justo detrás de ti. Así que no te detengas en los pasillos o en las escaleras porque esto puede detener el avance de tus propios compañeros. Es tan importante conseguir la primera o primeras eliminaciones como mantenerte con vida, así que sé disciplinado y espera por tus compañeros. El aprovecharse de la ventaja numérica será un gran avance, así que no seas ambicioso. Y por supuesto, la calma es fundamental, inclusive jugando agresivo. Necesitas estar calmado cuando estás pasando la información y principalmente no te frustres si te tumban rápidamente. Es otro día en la oficina. Y el último consejo, por supuesto, es la práctica. Repetir es esencial para mejorar tus skills. Un equipo con un buen entry fragger siempre estará un paso adelante de los otros en el lobby. Usando los consejos de este juego, ahora puedes aplicarlos en tu próxima partida y decir que sos el entry fragger y correr hacia tus enemigos. Organízate con tus amigos y no tengas miedo de hacer el trabajo sucio. Deja en los comentarios qué otro tutorial te gustaría ver acá. Y si te gustó este video, no te olvides de seguirnos en las redes sociales, los enlaces están en la descripción. La serie Confía en la Call está de regreso para mostrarnos cómo mejorar en nuestro rendimiento y subir algunos rangos, inclusive para mejorar jugando casual con nuestros amigos. Y para estar al día con todas las noticias de Pubg, suscríbete al canal y activa la campana de notificaciones. Hoy vamos a hablar de un referente en el equipo, la figura que toma la iniciativa. IGL son las iniciales para In-Game Leader o líder dentro del juego.
hey, there you are. Oh, how's it going, buddy? Uh, hey, what's going on, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome. We're happy to have you here for the Premier Deluxe America's Cup. We've got 6 rounds of action, mayhem, and strategy coming your way. But first and foremost, for those of you who aren't quite acclimated as to who I am, I'm Red Eyes, your ever lovable and adorably cuddly caster, bringing you that daily dosage of butt kickery, tomfoolery, and all around shenaniganism. And we do, as always, have that stacked lobby here for you. We got Mezex's Esports, The Hit List, Execute, Star Gaming, Knights, 19 Esports, The Chosen, Dior, Nova Esports, Wasted Esports, Black Panthers, The Night Slayers, The Panthers, Wall Street Bets, Team 69, Team Chanchos, Lazarus, Pro Era, Estorm, Team Cruelty, Level X, Helping Quit Addiction, Lotus Esports, and GKS Esports. So I'm expecting nothing but action right off the bat. And we're going to be starting things off with the Miramar match. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it and see what kind of flight path we're working with. Okay. You have to, there you go. All right, so it's not the most central of flight paths, but it really isn't that far off from one. And it is going to like exclude places, let's say like Campo Militar, Torre Ahumada, but pretty much everywhere else is achievable and droppable. I am seeing some early jumpers. It looks like members of Dior are jumping backwards towards the ruins. Meanwhile, Execute going to be jumping eastbound towards potentially under the La Cabrera area. Looks like, pardon me, members of Black Panthers might be occupying the Pozo area or passing over. We've got members of the Night Slayers passing over Monte Nuevo now, and just to their right, we see that Wasted Esports is in the clutches here with Mizex. Pardon me, not Mizex's. That's going to be the Chosen, Wasted Esports, the Hit List, and 100 Troubles. Interestingly enough, they're all heading eastbound. And further down south, we see Picado looking like it might be contested between Nova and the Knights. Getting eyes on the Knights to start things off with. Oh, looks like Wasted is already going after the hit list as Iconic is taken down by Inferno with a Tommy gun. Now, one thing to that is action right off the bat here. So, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious! Looks like the hit list could be in for a rough start. They have already been reduced down to Goldblade and Goldblade alone. And what a finish there, taken out immediately via the Uzi by Robert GG. And boy, oh boy, that is not the start to the game that the hit list was hoping for. Wasted, just wasted them. One moment, you guys. There we are. All right. Getting eyes on Mezexis here. They're pretty close in the clutches of 19 Esports and Wall Street Bets in the Los Leones area. However, they do have a little bit of space on each side, which brings me to my next point, guys. We are going to be doing 6 matches back and forth today between Erangel and Miramar exclusively, which that means that we're going to be working with only large maps here, only 8x8s. And when you work with maps that large, there are going to be these periods of passiveness, these moments of silence, these pockets of in between time where it's just going to be not a whole lot of action happening sometimes. But you know what, guys? That always means one thing and one thing only. A more passive mid game just means a more action packed and climactic in game. So I think it's going to be worth the trade. Catching eyes on 19 Esports. Looks like they're going to be falling away from Mezexis and getting out of Leonis, potentially heading northbound. But elsewhere, we're left with quite a bit of a spread here. Yeah, not a whole lot of action going on thus far. And that really is kind of par for the course when you're dealing with these large maps. Yeah, I feel bad for the camera guy right now. He's looking for something to switch to, and he doesn't find anything closer than this. So as you can see, issue is not too far out. Catching eyes on Execute for a minute, they are occupying the La Cubriria area, with exception to Fate, who's strayed a little bit further off. But they don't have anyone around to compete with for quite a distance. All right, switching back over to Mezexis, we got you here, just trying to get prepared. He's pretty looted up gun-wise. Looks like everyone's just trying to allocate a vehicle for themselves. Yep, I'm looking at my map as well, guys. We don't have any confrontations in the mix just yet. Other than what happened with the hit list, I don't think any altercations have gone down yet. Nope, not a single other person has been knocked yet. But I am seeing Inferno from Wasted Esports not too far off from the Night Slayers. Not too far off. Speaking of the Night Slayers, we got eyes on Lech here, posted up with a 3x Scar L AK-47 combo. His teammate Ritsu, not far off. Okay, yeah, Inferno's going to be backing away from that confrontation with the Night Slayers, it looks like. Which leaves us once again with a bit of a spread. Completely okay. It is to be expected. These have kind of been how the early games have been going on. I'll say definitely this is day 3 of the event for North America, and I will say definitely has been so for day 1 and 2 is that the first matches of the night seem to be a bit of the slower paced matches. It seems that once the players get a little more acclimated, get a little bit more comfortable, they get a little more aggressive as the night goes on. And that, not to say that that's going to necessarily continue today, but that's been the trend that I've noticed so far. All right. It would seem that the closest thing to this confrontation would be still between Night Slayers and Wasted Esports. And you guys will have to forgive us. Our cameraman and myself speak 2 entirely different languages, and there's a bit of a language barrier between us. So if you see a disconnect between what I'm saying and the camera angle, that's the only reason why. I think he's doing a great job, given the fact that he doesn't speak my language and I don't speak his. It's a tough barrier to overcome. But let's get eyes, hopefully, on Night Slayers and Wasted. Night Slayers and Wasted. There we go. Inferno still closest by. It looks like he is just trying to relocate as we speak. And he's going to be driving far away. Yep. Once again, still remaining at 54 players. Boy, talk about a slow start. Now, we've had slow starts, but this one might take the cake for slowest. Luckily for us, if you'll notice, a good portion of the zone is occupied by water here. That's absolutely detrimental for the participants, but absolutely ideal for us, the viewer, especially on a match like this where we just aren't seeing a whole lot of early action. It means that they are going to have a lot less places to run and hide. So, means more action for us. is inbound. Well, no time to waste. We got sixless here from 100 trebles. Ready and waiting. He's got a UMP for the close quarter combat. Hundred trebles not far off from a member of Novo. It's Shifan that they're actually close by, relatively close by. Actually, if we can switch over to Mezexis and Wall Street bets. The reason I switched over to Mezexis is they are not far at all from Wall Street bets, and they're going to have to work their way either through them or around them to work their way into zone. And Wall Street bets is not moving around much yet. And there we have it, 24K, putting shots upwards on the hill with a 4x M4 combo. His teammate Drago with a 3x M4, trying to scope in at Mezexis Yahir. Yahir and Taz getting a little compound cover here, as you can see. Looks like 24K took quite a hit there, brought down to below half health, but he's still very much alive and kicking. Peralta taking minimal damage, just going to boost up. Inactive taking a little bit of damage there from the side, from the Wall Street bets. Not too much. Definitely not enough to change up his plans. Mezexis not... We got Peralta here, not too ready to give up that high ground, I wouldn't think, but maybe he is. What about inactive? Alright, actually, let's switch back over to Wasted, maybe. Just to catch eyes here. Yep. Oh, and just as I said it, Inferno is taken down by Diego from the Black Panthers. Diego taking quite a hit there. Or giving quite a hit, pardon me. Inferno taking quite a hit and is out of there. Well, that leaves Wasted Esports down to Angel, Draquino, and Robert GG. All right, getting eyes on the Chosen, not far off from the Black Panthers either. We got Zero, perched ready and waiting. It is about to go down in a cluster, guys. We are about to start seeing action coming, flying at us faster and faster. It's going to start getting to the point where there's very likely going to be multiple fights taking place simultaneously, and we won't be able to catch them all, which is kind of one of the downsides of these later action games. But, you know, it's just par for the course, so we'll see what happens. All right, switching over to Mezexis to see if this confrontation between themselves and the Wall Street bets is actually going to amount to anything. Because these two teams have been at each other's throats here for several months. And here we have it, inactive, putting the M4 6X spray down towards Drago. Peralta perched on the rooftop, ready and waiting. He does get a line of fire on Drago for a brief moment, but it was very short-lived, and I don't believe Drago took much or any damage from it. Now, once again, Wasted Esports is in the clutches of another team, facing off against members of Dior. Angel with a beautiful takedown there on Kitty with the UMP-45, and it's going to be a quick thirst to follow suit. Garu cooking up a nade here. Oh, but nade's thrown back in retaliation. Oh, a little overthrown as well. Well, Dior is in quite a pickle. It's all down to Ali here as Demonson is knocked. Garu is down and out of there. Ali is the last hope for Dior Esports, and he is going to do probably the right thing here and try to establish a little bit of distance between himself and Wasted Esports. Not very likely going to work out, but it's worth a shot. And that is a short-lived attempt as he is eliminated by Wasted, and that'll make Wasted's 7th kill for the match so far. Absolutely dominating today. And here we have it. Black Panthers in the mix with the Chosen. Blue Ice taking a little bit of damage there, brought down to 2/3 health, but he is going to get a quick thirst on Goji right then and there. With Goji out, that leads up to Godfan, not DD, and First Frost. 0 kills to the Chosen's name thus far. We see a potential altercation here in the mix between Nova and the Panthers. Keep in mind, guys, the Panthers have been absolutely dominating this event. They currently hold first place with 107 total points. Trailing behind them by 7 points is GKS with 100 points even. And then in third place, we have Black Panthers with 94 points. 1 point behind them is the Knights in fourth with 93. But currently, the Panthers are defending a title here. This is a marathon, not a sprint. All right, Shifan putting the spray down onto members of Team Chancho. Oh, that is Team Chancho's, yes, and that's a takedown right then and there onto Dothan. Oh, 19 Esports in these seconds having at it as well. Oh, Shifan taking out Stevo as well. Going to be some quick revives. Getting eyes on Nova as they face off against the Panthers. It looks like, oh, QZ is out of there via Poppy's nade. Let's see. Actually, if we can catch eyes on 19 Esports, maybe. Esports, Siete. There we go. Oh, issue taken down right in front of our eyes by Mizexis Inactive. Inactive wasting no time, getting SB down there as well. Alucard trying to scope in. He is the last hope here for his team. Can he get Inactive? He takes him down very low, but not down altogether. And quickly refocusing his attention to the Night Slayers. That seems pretty problematic. His teammate, well, Issue is eliminated. SB is just a knock. Alucard could save the only threat to SB that he's having right now. Yeah, Peralta's a little ways off dealing with the Night Slayers. Speaking of the Night Slayers here, Ritsu has eyes on for Peralta, and they are trading nades here. Wow, we've only lost 12 people in about the past 10 minutes or so. And most of them have been recent. Hey, there's Xenox going after the Night Slayers as well. Alucard knocked and finished. That's going to be it for 19 Esports. Inactive, still very active indeed. Peralta trying to get a little bit of high ground here on the Night Slayers. I don't think it's going to be much high ground, however. Peralta scoping in, 6x M4 at the ready, trying to get a knock on the Night Slayers. No such luck has been given. All right, Wall Street Bets and the Panthers still having at it with one another. Drago scoping uphill with a 3x M4. Getting quite a bit of render time here. $24K. Scoping in towards Moso. Poppy working his way towards zone at the forefront of this Panthers rotation. Working their way right by members of 100 Troubles. And right towards members of Black Panthers. And here comes the onslaught. Shots have been fired. Ooh, Team Chancho's in the mix here with 100 Troubles as well. We got Tixie Lala with a M249 3X combo. Trasher, Mini 14 in hand, UMP for close range. Sixless is down by Shifen. Well, that's going to leave 100 Troubles in a little bit of a predicament. Yeah, that leaves them down to Cess and Juancho. Keep in mind, 100 Troubles did just start off as just a 3-piece. Cess adjusting the scope to try to catch eyes on Moso. Single tapping with that M762 barrel. Getting some connecting shots in as well. Oh. Now the shots have been returned his way in retaliation, taking him down below half health. Drago cooking nades up here. And we got Trasher being a bit of a belly bandit here as members of Wall Street Bets and 100 Troubles work their way on by him. And now the zone is here and it is angry. No one's got a higher KD than that blue zone. Cess from 100 Troubles is down right in front of our eyes by Drago via the UMP 45. Juancho, the last hope here for 100 Troubles, driving right up to the mix and is quickly annihilated. Drago doing a lot of the work, Nemesis going for the clean pickoff there. Now we got ourselves a love triangle forming here. It's between Execute, the Panthers, and I believe Black Panthers as well. Yep. The Panthers, Black Panthers, and Execute. Poppy with some throwables. Looks like it actually did connect with some damage, but not enough for the knock. Juyuya desperately needing to heal up a little bit. But they do have 2 members of Black Panthers knocked. Very problematic for them. Leaving it up to 0 in Diego. Diego brought down awfully low on health, and that's the knock by Frady with the UMP. The Panthers just showing how they've been dominating this event. Everything is on 0 now. All the pressure lies on 0 for the Black Panthers. Black Panthers doing a great performance as well with 3rd place overall. So we have 1st place and 3rd place going head-to-head here. Nades raining down through the smoke. And it looks like, yep, Frady is finished. Poppy pushing right up. And that is the finish right then and there. The Panthers secure their 6th kill. But not without paying a cost. Looks to me like Mizexis is still in the mix here with the Night Slayers in the distance. Maybe if we can get it from Mizexis' perspective. Oh, yep. Let's get it from Mizexis' perspective from Inactive. Perfecto. All right, so Inactive actually willingly holding back here in the dead zone. You know what? I think he's got a plan to just bleed out here and not give up the kill. That's unfortunate. But the Knights going after the Night Slayers, ironically enough. When you name yourself the Night Slayers, you better be ready when you go against the Knights. It's quite a bold name. And there's Xenox taking out Yazur. Getting eyes on the Chosen as they face off against Wall Street Bets. Didi throwing some nades towards Drago. No connecting damage there, I don't see. It looks a little overthrown. Yeah, no connecting damage there. Didi desperately trying to heal up a little bit as well. Still was able to get the knock on Drago with the UMP. Nemesis coming up with some utilities. couple mollies aimed in at DD, and that is the finish right then and there as Nemesis comes in for the clutch. All right, back to this altercation between Knights and Night Slayers. Night Slayers at this stage are down to just Ritsu and Ritsu alone, and that is it for him as Chico wipes him out. Inactive of these X's works his way in and just lines himself up to be picked off by the Knights. Tensa going in after it. Well, guys, that leaves us down to 3 teams. The Knights, Wasted Esports, and Wall Street Bets in a 4v3v2, and the Knights are still a full squad. Absolutely monstrous situation right here. Guys, I cannot understate the importance of being a full squad come in-game. It can be an absolute game changer. As we are seeing here, Tensa getting Nemesis with the numbers in their favor. It's like poker. They're just the high chip stack starting to bully. Chico trying to stick a revive here on Xenox, if possible. All the while, Tensa bleeding out in the dead zone. And it looks like the zone didn't just claim him, it's claimed Drago from Wall Street Bets as well, leaving us with a 3v3 Wasted Esports versus the Knights. It's a fair fight. Coops with a quick takedown on Robert GG. And now a nade aimed in at the other 2 remaining members. Oh, goodness gracious, that's great damage, taking Drakino down to half health. Down to Drakino and Angel for Wasted, and down goes Drakino. Coops is not playing games here. And that is the finish as the Knights come in with an absolutely dominating first performance, taking the lead, or taking the first place win, pardon me, with, you guessed it, 9 kills. Not bad. Almost half of those kills belong to Coops alone. We got second place going to Wasted Esports, and they're going to take that with 8 kills, 5 of which go to Robert GG. We got Wall Street Bets in third with 7 kills between Nemesis and Drago. Mezexis in fourth with 5 kills. 4 out of those 5 go to Inactive. Night Slayers in fifth with 1 kill from Ritsu. The Chosen in sixth with 4. The Panthers not faring quite so well as they were hoping. 7th place with 6 kills. 8th place is going to go to the Black Panthers with 5. 9th place going to Execute, but with 0 kills to speak of. Nova in 10th with 2 kills, both of which are from Shifen. We got Team Chanchos in 11th with 1 kill from Trasher. 12th belongs to 100 Troubles, and that's going to be with 1 kill from Juancho. 19 Esports in 13th with 1 kill from Issue. Dior Esports in 14th with no kills. And speaking of no kills, we got the Hitless in last place, 15th with 0. Wow. Well, guys, you know, this is kind of a pattern I've been seeing. I'll say it that way. It's definitely been a pattern to have for us in this event, at least for the Americas, the North American version, to have a bit of a slower start to the day. It seems these teams kind of warm up and get a little more acclimated with the situation before they get a little aggressive. That was definitely a slower start for us. Even for this event, that's a pretty slow start for that match. But it did pick up as we knew it was gonna in an all-out bloodbath come in game. And I'm expecting an all-out bloodbath next match as well as we take things back to the very first map ever made, Erangel. Guys, we're gonna be back in about 6 to 8 minutes with round 2 of 6 of the Premier Deluxe America's Cup. Stick around. We'll be back soon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to round 2 of the Premier Deluxe America's Cup, day 3. And boy, that round 1 was a little bit slower than normal, but as I've said, you know, we kind of have been seeing that trend the past few days where it starts off a little bit slower and picks up as we go along. And I'm expecting that to be the case tonight as well, based off of absolutely nothing. But we're going to be doing round 2 as an Erangel. What needs to be said about Erangel? Well, it's basically the off-bred love child of Sandhawk and Miramar because it's the perfect middle ground between those two extremes, which does leave it fairly reliant upon the flight path to determine just what sort of early game we actually end up getting. And early game is kind of a crucial thing for us because we don't want to necessarily be waiting half a game for action to kick off because, if it does, then that is part of par for the course sometimes. But if it does happen that way again, then we are having to choose between which fights we tune into come mid game or late game. So let's see what kind of flight path we're working with. Okay. Well, this is pretty ideal for us, the viewer, not so much the participants, but it is going to definitely limit their drop spot options. There's not going to be any Mill to Power, no Novo, no Kameshki, no Lipovka, but it is going to leave pretty much everywhere else droppable. I'm expecting Georgia Pole, both north and south, to be potential hotspots. I'm expecting Pachinki to get a little lovin'. First thing off the bat, I'm noticing that Lotus Esports going to be dropping down around the Severny area. It looks like 100 Troubles was going to be an immediate threat for them, but they passed right on over and continued heading eastbound. Further down south, we see members of Level X jumping east alongside Team Chanchos, looking like they might be contesting for the Pachinki area. Even further south, we got Nova heading alongside HQA, also heading eastbound, probably towards the coastal riverbank compound, the unnamed ones. Looks like the Panthers are going to try for the military base. Oh, you know what? Actually, if we can get eyes on the Black Panthers and Team Cruelty. Black Panthers and Team Cruelty in North George. Muchas gracias. So the reason I switched over is because if we can get eyes on Pew of Cruelty, he is relatively close by to multiple members of the Black Panthers. Looks like we're getting some kills in... Pardon me, guys. My screen is not enlarged. One moment. There we are. Switching over to HQA and their altercation here with members of Nova. We got Sunny perched ready and waiting with a DBS combo. DBS combo. What does he got a combo with? Perched ready and waiting with a DBS. Let's just say that. Shifan looking to get out of dodge here. Speaking of shotguns, QZ had a very optimistic shotgun shot right there. And wow, just as I say it, he does get Sup Pig. Whoa! The drop down with the over-under. What a beast. QZ just annihilating with the S686. Beautiful. Wang with a shotgun of his own. Very little health to speak of here. Now with Koi down, this could be bad news. Oh, 0224. Rin, pardon me, going in. AK-47 for the finish. Well, Sunny is the last remaining member for HQA at this stage. That is a very rough start for helping quit addiction. And he's got nothing but shotguns to cling to here. And just being pushed on by multiple members is a numbers game. aim that is not in his favor, and he is just picked clean off by Rin with the Uzi. Well, all that noise and commotion has got the attention of the Night Slayers. We got Tuheki here with a, interestingly enough, I think that was a 6x UMP. It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll have to see how it plays out. And this is the closest thing to an altercation that we have at the moment. Looks like Ren gonna work his way into the zone here. That seems to be what Nova in general is doing. QZ just trying to get a bit boosted. Heal up that last bit on his health bar. Well, looks like we're going back to North George, where the confrontation between Black Panthers and Cruelty still remains a potential altercation, but it doesn't look like anyone has gone down from it. So my guess is that that could either drag on for a little longer, or one of the teams is going to bow out, but I don't expect them to be facing off in an all-out altercation just yet. Well, catching eyes on E-Storm. Looks like they've caught wind of Nova as well. Nova not getting a lot of breaks. Rin already downed. And with Rin down, that's up to Koi, Shifan, and QZ. If someone in the chat, I've been calling him Shifan for this entire time, for months and months and months. If it's Shifan, someone let me know in chat. Shifan or Shifan? All right, we got Walls from E-Storm also coming up to join his teammates in this standoff here with Nova. Both QZ and Shifan, Uzis in hand. Rin is up and about, healing up as best as possible. There we go. Shifan taking a little bit of damage, brought down to about 3/4 as his teammate QZ is taken out of the picture by Monstro. Not yet eliminated. Looks like Conte and Walls are going to be dipping out. Oh, right in front of our eyes, Conte is taken down right off the back of the vehicle. And Walls finished off as well by QZ in a little retaliation shot with no health. QZ is having quite a day. I believe that's his 3rd kill. Well, no time to waste. Looks like Lotus Esports having at it. Oh, pardon me. We got GKS here with Wasted. GKS is down to Achilles, and Achilles alone looks like he's going to dip out of dodge. And I don't blame him one bit for that. He just wants to get some survival points for his team. Because GKS, guys, remember, they started off the day in 2nd place. They are very, very much in the running to win this. Or at least come for a shot at that 1st place. So I see Pro Era and Lotus awfully close by one another, just south of Severny. I'm curious about that. Yeah, they do have a little bit of space there. And this brings us to a little bit of a calm before the storm situation here. Just where none of the teams are right immediately next to each other, but they're getting close. We got Chronic here, perched ready and waiting with a 8x Car 98 in hand. That could be very formidable and deadly, especially on a map like Erangel. So once again, we're at a bit of a standoff here. So I'm gonna say, as I said in round 1, and as I'm sure as I'll say in the remaining rounds as well, guys, we are gonna be working with just Erangel and Miramar today, which are both 8x8 maps. That's very, very large maps. And when you work with larger maps, you are very often left with periods of passiveness, moments of silence, periods of in-betweenness, where just not a whole lot of action is happening. But that's entirely okay, guys, because a more passive early game always, always, always directly translates to a more action-packed and climactic mid or end game. So it's definitely worth the trade if you ask me. However, I don't want it to be so much so that we have to choose between four or five fights going on at the same time. Yeah, there's not really anything to switch to at the particular moment. One thing I am noticing about Pro Era is they are currently kind of sandwiched on 3 sides. On their left, they got Team Cruelty. To their right, 100 Trebles. And behind them, over at Yasnaya, they got Wasted Esports. The only direction that they could really go towards safety would be towards the Severny area. And even that has Lotus. But if they were to head directly northbound, I guess, towards what has nothing there, literally like one little section of compounds, I'd be pretty surprised if they did. But yeah, kind of in the situation where there's just a whole lot of nothing going on. That was an interesting little glitch we had there, with eyes on the foot pedal. I don't think I've ever even noticed the foot pedal in this game. Yeah, that is our closest thing. I feel kind of bad for our camera guy right now because he's looking desperately, trying to look for some action to tune into, and there's just none to be found at the moment. Everyone's just trying to work their way into position. Currently, central position is probably got to go towards, I guess, Wasted and GKS. All right, getting eyes here on level X. They are surrounded by multiple teams. To their left, they got Nova. To their right, the Panthers. And just above them, they've got the boys in Lazarus to worry about. Here we have it. Juyuya of the Panthers driving pretty close by Lazarus members here. Getting closer and closer to Fears. Now, if he puts gunfire down, Isajot is going to take notice. And I don't think Juyuya... Yep, there he goes. He catches eyes on Isajot right then and there, taking him down to extremely low health. Taking Isajot down to about 5%, and there's the knock, the easy takedown. Isajot had no idea where he was being fired from, apparently. It looks like he tried to hide behind the car. Well, all that noise and commotion, you've got Fierce's attention. He's getting chased as we speak. He decides to think better of it, fall back to his fallen teammate, and get this revive if possible. But no time to waste for the Panthers as they shimmy on up to the action as well. Joey creeping up on Moso and Frady here, cooking up a nade. Oh, that could be money. Oh, close, but no cigar. Frady taking absolutely minimal damage, about as low as damage as he could take. But then there's the knock by Joey, just throwing it. Beautiful nade. Thrown in a very hectic situation. But in the end, Moso came around, took off what little bit of health Joey had left. Oh, it looks like Poppy with the run over for the finish. not done yet. Scoping in with the 4X M4, he just lasers Isajot. Well, boy, if you're Lazarus, you are in quite a predicament as you're just Starlight. Isajot is knocked. So if you're Starlight, you have to be thinking to yourself, what's the right move? Do I try to engage with them or do I fall back? I think falling back is the sensible decision here. Lazarus currently starting off the day in 9th place with a total of 70 points. And keep in mind, they are literally tied with 8th place, who also has 70 points, and just 2 points behind 7th. So that's where the gap is pretty close. All right, here we have it. Wasted and Nova going after one another. Two of the heavier hitting teams of and Wasted just got wasted. Nova dominating the playing board now. That'll be their 12th kill of the match. Goodness gracious, they're absolutely popping off. Looks like Starlight's gonna try to hold up position under the bridge and let these numbers dwindle down. Let the opportunities present themselves to him rather than him presenting themselves to the opportunity. He wants people to come out in the open towards him. And as you can see, he parked that buggy in the water. So, currently as it stands, you can shoot out of the back of the buggy while underwater, I believe. You can still do it. So that could be a formidable position for him. Goodness. Nova has just not caught much rest at all this match. They keep finding themselves in close proximity to one team or another. And right now, it's with Pro Era. Here we got it, Shifen with an M4 UMP combo, trying to catch eyes. Oh, look here, the last remaining member of GKS. It's Achilles going after the Panthers. It's him versus Poppy here. Oh, but here comes the remainder of the Panthers. He does get the knock on Poppy, and will he go for the thirst? Will he go for it? No! Brady comes in and just rips into him, barely surviving it himself, but the Panthers are going to be okay. They are going to revive and remain a full squad. Well, looks like Yepatch of level X, recovering from something. Wow, this spread has gone on for quite some time, and even though we are catching towards, well, at this stage we are 17 minutes in. We're a little bit past mid game, but we still are dealing with the spread. And there's going to be fewer and fewer places to hide for these participants. That spread has no choice but to close in. Shots towards Nova, not getting a lot of damage in there, if any. And look, they all drove over the bridge that Starlight is hiding under. He actually might be able to catch eyes on Starlight from his position. Alright, here we have it. Panthers and level X getting ready to square off. Well, that's Lazzy being down by Poppy via the UMP and quickly thirsted. Looks like 100 troubles, probably sixless. Got a knock on Trey from Lotus Esports. Yep, he did. What did he? Yeah. Oh, it must have been Russell, actually, who got the knock. If it was even 100 trebles at all. All right, looks like Pro Era is preparing to face off against Team Chanchos. Team Chanchos with 0 kills on the board so far, but they are still a full team, and that is a very formidable team right there. You cannot underestimate being a full squad come in-game. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Numbers mean a lot. Well, Fishy from Pro Era is down. This could be an opportunity here for the Chanchos to either push, advance, or pull a rotation. The one thing that they don't want to do is just sit still and let them stick that, and let Pro Era stick that revive without any repercussions. And they know it. They're going to pull this opportunity, use this opportunity to pull themselves into zone, pulling a rotation, and driving right between Pro Era and members of, it's either Team Cruelty or Black Panthers. It would be Cruelty. Look at this, Sixless with the knock on Lotus Esports Chronic. And Salt from Lotus Esports retaliating, getting Sixless with the M4. If we could switch to 100 trebles versus Lotus Esports. 100 trebles and Lotus Esports going off in the distance. There we go. Cess and Sixless remain here. Russell is downed. It's a battle of throwables here. Cess creeps forward on his belly with the 6x Scar L in hand. And we got Sixless hanging back doing some overwatching cover fire. Oh, pardon me. Sixless, Cess, and Juancho. I apologize. Guys, my screen that I'm looking on is a bit blurry. You'll have to forgive me. Sometimes I might mispronounce some names or something just because I can't. It's a little blurry on my end. All right. Kiyoshi, one of 2 remaining members for Lotus Esports. It's down to him and Salt. The numbers are definitely in 100 trebles' favor. A 3v2 currently. So many fights going down all at once. All right, Sixless trying to get a positioning here. Does not want to be spotted yet. Yoshi also being a belly bandit here. Have it. Oh, what a push by Juancho. He just runs him over. Juancho, can he make it in zone? He does! With 1% health, he makes it into zone. That boy's a monster with a vehicle. Hey, Trasher laying waste. Pro Era right there. He is knocked, and it is rough. It's down to Russell and Cess here. Cess is downed as well. Russell is all that remains now for 100 trebles. Shifen going after Black Panthers Diego with a quick knock and burst with the UMP-45. Boy, Nova just decimating this round with 16 kills to their name so far. Just decimating the board, especially when you consider the fact that we started off with like 60 people tops. All right, Sheefan taking quite a lot of damage here. Ooh, Carnage from level X getting a nade in on him. So with Raiden down, it's up to Koi, Sheefan, and QZ. Sheefan definitely needing to heal up here before getting too aggressive. A little high ground advantage here for Dathan. Dothan. All right, Heartless, one of a full team of Cruelty members, healing up before engaging here with the Panthers. It seems like Jayuya is aware of his presence as he puts a little bit of smoke cover down. Not just smoke cover, cooks up some nades for Heartless as well. However, that tree should do... Oh! As I say, that tree should do a lot of the taking care of him. Dathan got a molly on Heartless, taking him down. And it's just raining down nades on this remainder of the zone. And look at this, the water is still occupying some of the zone, so they're left with even less space to move around. Not too much less. We got 10 people up between 3 teams, guys. Nova, the Panthers, and Team Chanchos. It's a 4v3v3 to end round 2. And Frady downed by the sheer numbers of Nova. However, it looks like that was it for Nova immediately after. So now we got a 3v4 here. Well, realistically, a 2v4 as Frady's knocked. It's Poppy and Jayuya versus a full team of Chanchos. Chanchos with 6 kills to their name so far. And Trasher is down via Jayuya's UMP 45. Humiled Kengi about to face that nade right there. Taking a little bit of damage. That one's gonna hurt too. Hey, and Jayuya coming up from the water like a Navy SEAL and just annihilating into him with the UMP. Poppy with a nade on Trasher. He was just revived and is brought right back down. Frady scoping in 3x, 3-4 at the ready. Oh, and that right there is a match. Ladies and gentlemen, the Panthers securing yet another dub to their name. That'll be their 3rd win in 2 days. Goodness gracious, the Panthers with an amazing, amazing, amazing performance. 21 kills to their name. That is unbelievable, considering that we started off with like 58 to 60 people. Taking out, let me just make sure my math is right. Yep, 21 people downed by the Panthers. Amazing performance. We got Team Chanchos grabbing 2nd with 6 kills. Nova in 3rd, and let's give it up to Nova for an amazing performance on their end too. 18 kills between them. Very good performance. 4th is going to go to Team Cruelty with 2 kills, both of which are from Legend. 5th goes to Level X, but with 0 kills to speak of. 100 Troubles in 6th place with 5. Lazarus in 7th with 1. 8th place is going to go to the Black Panthers with 2 kills from Luxy. Pro Era in 9th with 1 kill from Vane. Night Slayers in 10th with 1 kill from Yazur. We got Lotus Esports in 11th, but with no kills. Speaking of no kills, Wall Street Bets in 12th with 0 as well. Keeping up that trend, GKS in 13th place with no kills. We got 14th going to Wasted Esports with 2 kills, 1 to Drakino and 1 to Robert GG. Eastorm in 15th with 0 kills. And lastly, HQA in 16th and last place with 0 kills as well. Well, guys, another bit of a slow start, I will say. Definitely a slow, probably the slowest start of the days that we've had so far, which is going to say something. It means that the players are taking this event seriously. They want to work their way up on these scoreboards. We've got the Panthers just absolutely dominating the playing field here. With the Knights getting that first win, I was thinking, they had to move up from fourth place up to at least third. But now with the Panthers putting up a 21 kill game, that's just unheard of. And they were already in first place overall. This is going to be quite a hurdle for the rest of the teams to overcome. Can the Panthers be knocked off their pedestal? We're going to have to wait and see come round 3. We'll be back in about 6 to 8 minutes, guys, with round 3 of the Premier Deluxe America's Cup. Stick around. We'll be back soon. Going to be round 3 of the Premier Deluxe America's Cup. Before we get too much into anything, let's go over the overall scores as they are right now. All right, so currently the Panthers with a dominating lead of 151 points. Second to them is the Knights, trailing behind by a considerable amount, 117 points. Third place is to Wasted Esports with 108. Fourth to the Black Panthers with 103. Trailing only behind by 3 points in 5th place is GKS. We got Wall Street Bets in 6th with 90. Mezexis in 7th with 83. 8th going to Nova with 81. 9th to the Hitless with 80. And 10th to Lazarus with 73. I'll give it a brief moment so you guys can read through. Let's have a look at what sort of flight path we're working with. All right, this is fairly central oriented, I'd say. It's central enough. It is going to probably exclude places like Puerto Paricio, but pretty much everywhere else is attainable, I think. No Impala, so Puerto Paricio and Impala are probably off limits, but everywhere else is pretty droppable, meaning that we might be due for another slow start like we had in round 1, because this is a fairly similar flight path if I remember correctly. But I see something right off the bat. We got Execute landing right here in the mix with Lotus Esports at Valle Del Mar. Let's catch eyes. So Salt already equipped with the UMP45 M4 combo, the new meta combo, not to mention level 2 armor. How did he find all that so quickly? With a 4x on the M4, you cannot get much luckier than this. That is extreme luck to find that kind of setup this early. Chronic with a UMP of his own. And this is just that calm before the storm scenario as these teams desperately try to loot up here. We have other altercations potentially in the mix here as 19 Esports squares off with Mezexis. We got Sin here with an SLR in hand, his teammate with a crossbow. Or opposition with a crossbow, pardon me, it hadn't rendered in. That was Yahir, his enemy with a crossbow. And Sin feeling almost a little bad for him. Taz is out of there. Look at this. Zohan already hurt pretty badly. Taken down to about 10-15% health. His teammate Tonka scoped in with a Car 98. And as you can see, 19 Esports has quite a surrounding around GKS. And it looks like they're going to close that gap a little bit. Oh, HQA about to have at it with the Chosen, potentially. Yep, it looks like Godfan is already knocked. Or awfully hurt. Knocked, I believe. Yeah, but he is down. And bleeding out quickly, and he is out of there. Kwang getting that kill very early on. Goji with an M4 of his own. No scope for that bad boy just yet. All the while, I said we were potentially due for a slower start. We got 3 altercations happening at the very beginning. Looks like a member of 19 Esports might be downed, if I saw that correctly. Yep, Salty is down, leaving things up to Sin, Alucard, and Issue. And Salty is thirsted. Rivas trying to go in with a scopeless M24, and he does! Wrecks into Issue with a no-scope M24. That had to be a fun knock. Little chat, maybe. Uh-oh. Alucard trying to come in with a little bit of damage from a distance. And HQA finally does start facing off against the Chosen. We can get eyes on HQA and the Chosen. Thank you very much. We got down, leaving it up to Pubg, Sunny, and Kwang. Uh-oh. Kwang is quickly knocked and thirsted. First Frost finishing him off with a Tommy gun. Well, that'll be First Frost's first kill, and the team's first kill as well. Well, Didi's down. That means First Frost is the last remaining hope here for the Chosen. At this stage, what are your options? They know exactly where you're at. And First Frost apparently has no intention of trying to run away from them. The inevitable nades come raining down. However, Frost taking minimal damage from it, able to dish out quite a bit of damage to Pubg in retaliation. Wow, clinging to dear life here. Is able to get a first aid off just in time before dropping down to go for a thirst, and he does get him. Oh, Sunny with barely any health comes through with a clutch finish right there with a UMP. Looks like Lotus Esports is having at it with members of Execute. Iris has been downed. With Iris down, Fate down, or pardon me, Iris is not low on health. Fate is down, leaving it up to Iris, Jason, and Yang. My apologies, Iris wasn't down. He was just very low on health and healing. Fate is revived and trying to get this first aid off. And look at Iris with the UMP distance shots taking out Chronic. You don't often see UMPs used for distance. And I'm guessing that's more so out of necessity than preference. Fate might have an opportunity as he just lays waste into Trey. Now scoping in, trying to get eyes on Salt. And Yang doing the job for him. Pardon me, Yang is him. Pardon me. What am I saying? Thought I was scoped in at Fate. We must have switched over to Yang. And there's a quick thirst on Salt. Again, guys, if I seem like what I'm commentating is a little different than what you're seeing, please remember that my screen gets a little bit blurry at times. So blurry to the point where I have trouble reading names, etc. Hey, Kiyoshi just lays waste into Jason, but retaliation and revenge is best served cold as Iris gets him with the UMP. So that's going to be 4 kills for Execute, and they're going to remain a full squad. All the while, GKS about to have at it here with the Knights. Oh, this without the render. Zohan is down. Rivas going after Xenox, taking a lot more damage than he's dishing out. I withdraw my previous statement. Xenox is taken down to awfully low health, and Rivas is going to push it. Xenox trying his best to drive away, might make it just out of cover. Can he get away? Oh my gosh, he is hanging to life by the hair on his chin. But they were able to take out some of the heavy hitters for Knights with Coops and Tinsa Nox. Xenox is the only remaining member up for Knights. All the while, the hit list working their way in might have to worry about Lazarus. Same could be said about E-Storm, might have to worry about Lazarus heading their way as well. Looks like GKS having at it with 19 Esports in the distance, as Tonka is taken out by Alucard. 4x Scarl. Trying to secure a thirst. The odds of that are exponentially slimmer by the second. Yeah, well, other than this little altercation here between GKS and 19E, there's not a whole lot happening at the moment, giving us that calm before the storm scenario. Give me one moment, guys. All right, well, the hit list is pretty close by some action. One member of the hit list is. Yep, let's get Chai's on Isajot. No, Isajot from Lazarus. If we could catch eyes on Lazarus, they actually, well, it's all right. It's all right. They backed away from the hit list anyway. Starlight, putting that sucker in reverse. Trying to get a little bit of cover from the Eastern boys. Rivas from GKS going in on 19 Esports Sin. And HQA pulling up to the mix. Keep in mind, HQA still a 3-person team. All right, Rivas is going to push up towards 19 Esports right here and now. A little pre-fire with that M4. And Sin wrecking into Rivas with a UMP. And getting a second one. Taking out Tonka. Laying waste. Sin going from, I thought he was from 0 kills to 3 kills, or it's either 1 kill to 3 kills or 0 kills to 3 kills real quick. Well, Achilles is going to be able to get the revive on Rivas. Hopefully. Actually, I withdraw that. No, Achilles is a little further away. Rivas is downed and going to be thirsted. I withdraw my previous statement. If anything, he's being baited right now. All right, back to the confrontation between E-Storm and the hit list. We got Walls perched ready and waiting with an 8x Car 98. This is a spectator glitch where it shows the door shut. Okay, HQA is going to push up towards Lazarus. All the while, GKS and 19 Esports continue at one another. GKS is still just Achilles. Let's get eyes on HQA and Lazarus, maybe. Just to see how close they are. Yep, Fears is downed. Joey gonna try to stick a revive and is just wrecked into by Pubg with that 3x M4 combo. Beautiful spray. However, revenge is served cold as King Pig is taken down. With Lazarus being down to Starlight and Isajot, decisions have to be made here. Do you try to go for a revive, or do you grab your teammate and dip out of dodge? Peralta trying to catch eyes on 19 Esports. 19E a little distracted. All the while HQA letting into Lazarus. If we could actually go to E-Storm, or pardon me, not E-Storm, GKS Achilles versus Execute, they're getting awfully close as well. Achilles is close. Okay, he's laying under the radar. I see. Yeah, okay. He's not going to go for that smoke. There's no way. If he did, it would be a suicide mission. So we are left here with a little bit of a spread, guys. But remember what I always say. A more passive earlier mid-game just means a more action-packed and climactic end-game. So it's going to be worth the trade. Yep, Achilles does go into Fate. Right after I said there's no way Achilles goes into him. Let's get it from Achilles' perspective. Wow, our camera guy's doing a great job. He doesn't know what I'm saying, so he's doing a pretty darn good job. He's reading my mind here. Nades have been thrown by Achilles, and he does take Fate down! He just wrecks into Fate! Once again, it's up to Iris and Yang here. Iris gonna try to stick a revive. No time. And Iris is down by Achilles. I said there was no way. I said it was a suicide mission, and Achilles said nope. He said, okay, bet. Oh, and then Lazarus coming in and finishing off Execute. This gives Lazarus an opportunity here to, if they wanted to gatekeep, but realistically, that zone's not going to be very pleasant to them, so they're going to work their way into the actual safe zone. Maybe do some gatekeeping from there, but Achilles is hanging out in the dead zone. I'm not sure what for. Fears taking a lot of shots here from 19 Esports. Joey trying to return some of that fire. Xenox perched, ready and waiting with a 6x M4, try to scope in at level X member. We got Beast trying to do the same right back at him with an 8x SLR. Yep, and there we have it, hit list and pro era. With eyes on Vayne, Vayne goes down, but oh, Jet G taken out from behind by Pan, leaving Glint here in the mix. Oh, here's his teammates coming in. Little smoke thrown on Jet. And laying waste as he gets the knock on Goldblade. Mini 14 in hand. Here comes Fishy trying to help out his buddy. Ooh, he might have a nice little angle here. And he does! With eyes on Glint. Is it a wasted opportunity? No, he gets the knock. Everyone's got their M4s. Oh, nades from Fishy. Nades from Fishy. Oh, my goodness. But he does lay into Iconic regardless. And Iconic is thirsted by Pan. So is Goldblade. Well, that leaves Jatji and Glenn up against the three-person team of Pan, Fishy, and Iridescence. Pan, even though further out, is providing some overwatch and cover fire. Iridescence working his way in with the M4 as well. And there's the takedown on Jatji by Iridescence. Level X, not far off from Lazarus or from members of E-Storm. But Lazarus working their way right up to the mix. Nades being thrown by Joey towards Carnage. Carnage with nades thrown right back at him. Actually, that does a little bit of damage to Joey. Very minimal, but a little something. And here's going to be the push. The inevitable push from the Lazarus boys. Ooh, look who's showing up. He's still alive. I forgot about him, but in case y'all forgot as well, Xenox from the Knights sneaking his way in from back there. Trying to keep those survival points going for the Knights. Garu getting inactive for Mizexis. Dior versus Mizexis in the distance. Well, that's going to leave Mizexis down to Peralta. All the while, E-Storm and Pro Air are facing off. We got Walls cooking up nades. And Iridescence with a molly thrown at Walls' way, not connecting. Little overthrown. All right. Lazarus in the mix here with Level X. Joey on fire, same as Starlight. It's all up to Isajot, and that is that as Level X just levels the playing field, taking Lazarus out of the equation. Alucard, the last remaining member for 19 Esports, very much like Xenox, trying to get these placement points. Putting shots down towards Peralta, who is also a solo at this point. And Peralta is going to potentially escape that. Walls taking some serious distance damage, and it's Sup Pig coming in for the finish on him. Oh, and then wrecked into by Pro Era. Fishy just, served it right up to him. Goodness gracious. Well, that'll put Pro Era up to 5 kills. And once again, a little bit of a spread here. So far, not a single team is in the zone yet. Iridescence trying to catch eyes on members of Dior. Reviving his fallen comrade, as he should. Hey, that's Beast being laid into by Garu from Dior with the M4 in hand. Alucard with a potential flank here. It is all for nothing as Fishy just wrecks into him from a distance, securing his 3rd kill and the team's 6th. Fishy responsible for half of the team's kills so far. All right, guys, we're down to just a couple teams here. We got 4 teams remaining. Dior, Pro Era, Cruelty, and Level X. It's a 4v4 v3 v2 to end round 3. Ali going after Heartless with an AWM. Legend, I think that was a stun grenade he threw. If so, I don't see those used very often. Alright, Legend is in quite a predicament here. Oh, but he does get the knock on Fishy there with the Uzi. Can we go back to Legend and Venom? There's a takedown by Venom on Iridescence before being taken down himself in retaliation. All right, guys, that leaves us with a 3v4 Cruelty versus Dior. Dior still a full squad with everyone up. Venom just barely revived for Cruelty. It's a 3v4. And Legend does get Garu right then and there, leaving it up to Demonsen, Kitty, and Lee. Ooh, Kitty is down by 2. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a match. Dior securing their first win of the night, grabbing first place with 4 kills, 3 of which are from Garu, 1 from Ali. We got Cruelty in second place with 4 kills as well, 3 from Legend, 1 from Venom. We got Pro Era securing third place with 7 kills. Fourth place goes to Level X with 5 between Beast and Eyepatch. We got 19 Esports in 5th with 5 kills as well, 4 of which are from Sin. The Knights grabbing 6th place but with 0 kills to speak of. Helping Quit Addiction in 7th with 7 kills, ironically. We got E-Storm in 8th with 1 kill from Conte. Musexis in 9th place with 2 kills from Peralta. Lazarus in 10th with 3. GKS in 11th with 7. The Hit List grabbing 12th with 1 kill from Jat G. Execute in 13th place with 4 kills total, 1 per person, everybody eats. Lotus Esports in 14th place but with 0 kills to speak of. And lastly, we got The Chosen grabbing 15th with 1 kill from First Frost. Alrighty, guys. I think we're definitely starting to see things pick up. The pace is definitely quickening a little bit here. And I'm expecting it to be even more so as we move forward right on back to Erangel. We've got 3 more matches of this to go for day 3 of the Premier Deluxe America's Cup. So stick around, guys. We'll be back very, very shortly. Be back soon. Alrighty, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, all you ladies and gentlemen, to round 4 of the Premier Deluxe America's Cup. We are going to go ahead and get right into it. Let's go have a look-see at the overall scores. Currently, as it stands, the Panthers holding first place with 151 points. Trailing behind them is the Knights in second with 117. Third place, that makes sense. Okay, so let's start that over. Knights in second place with 121 now. They gained 4 points off of that, I believe. Third place going to Wasted with 108. Fourth, GKS tied with Wasted for 108. Fifth going to the Black Panthers with 103. Sixth to Wall Street Bets with 90. Mezexis in seventh with 86. Hitlist in eighth with 82. Nova in ninth with 81. And Cruelty in 10th with 78. Let's see what kind of flight path we're working with here. Flight path. All right. Let's see here. What's the flight path we got? Okay, and almost perfectly central. Well, not perfectly central by any means, but it's a fairly centralized flight path here, going right through the heart of Pachinki as well. I am seeing some early jumpers. It looks like Mezexis is going to be heading eastbound towards the Novo area. The Panther is going to be dropping straight down to military base. Looks like Hitlist is going to be heading westbound towards Ferry Pier, Primorsk areas. Dior heading eastbound along that coastal region, maybe towards Milta. Further north, we see the Chosen jumping alongside Wasted Esports, heading towards the school region. And it looks like Wall Street Bets and certain members of the Knights might be contesting for Roshoff. 19 Esports is going to claim South George. Execute going to claim North George. And 100 Trebles grabs Severny. So, where's our first confrontation going to come from, ladies and gentlemen? My guess would have to be, yep, let's switch over to the Chosen versus Wasted. Let's get eyes on Goji from the Chosen. If we can switch over to Goji from the Chosen. Yep, he is at it right here with the member of Wasted, already at below half health, finding a pistol and clinging to it for dear life. All the while, my screen is a little bit blurry, guys. It's Robert GG, already equipped with a Scar L Uzi combo. Oof, that is very, very problematic for Robert GG. Or, pardon me, for Goji. Goji does find himself that overrun the S686, and we have seen, especially with Nova, just how that S686 can be used. Oh, look at this hardcore parkour as the rest of his teammates from Wasted come in as well. Goji is able to get up, and there's one down, but he takes quite a bit of damage in the process. And this is his chance to get out of dodge. And he is going to go for it, yeah? Oh my goodness, Goji with the OP plays. Can he make it out? Getting right behind the wall just in the nick of time. And he is going to drive away. I think he might make it. The boy lives. That was impressive. Well done, Goji. Well, we got the rest of Wasted driving up to the Chosen here. DD perched ready and waiting with the UMP M4 combo in hand, already with a new meta. All right, Angel, AK-47 in hand, just one building over from DD. And this is literally the only altercation that we have on the board right now. So this is absolutely what we're going to stay tuned into. As Angel puts a smoke down to join his or her teammates. Successfully makes it into the building. But in doing so, I'm curious if that is giving up one of the advantages that Wasted Esports had, which was multiple angles, multiple building covers. You know, the fact that they weren't all in one building might have been a little advantageous, and that could... However, in doing so, Angel makes it so if he or she is knocked, the odds of getting revived are a lot higher. It's a trade for sure. Goji with an M762 at the ready. DD not even with a gun equipped. Nades raining down on Robert GG, taking him down to 2/3 health. He's going to throw one back up in retaliation. Can it connect? No luck whatsoever. I don't think it even did damage. I'll have to check on that. I didn't get to see the damage, but I don't think it did any. Whoa! Angel with the monster nade on DD! A monster nade! Beautifully thrown and beautifully cooked. Well, what is Wasted going to do? Are they going to capitalize with a push? I think they are. Yep. Things are looking a little grim here for First Frost. He's going to throw some utilities down there, try to keep him at bay, but it's just a smoke. Robert GG cooking up a nade of his own. Trying to block footsteps. Robert GG putting the spray down. First Frost awfully low. Angel is down as Drakino comes in for the finish on him. Well, that leaves it up to Godfan and Didi and Goji. However, Goji is knocked, so it's really on Didi and Godfan. Hey, Godfan does get Inferno right then and there with the UMP-45. Oh, there's a takedown on Drakino from Godfan with the UMP. Godfan going in yet again. Didi thirsts. Godfan's put that awfully low. It's really all on Didi here. Ooh. Can we switch back to Didi? It's really all on Didi. So we catch the action. Can we get it from Didi's perspective? All right, Robert GG taken out by Didi right there. All right, we do have something happening here. Looks like the Knights are going to work their way closer and closer to Team Chanchos. Little rendering. All right, Coops up in the mix here. Xenox took quite a hit, or was up in the mix with him, didn't take any hit there. Coops with the takedown. Tensa aggressively trying to join his teammates. Coops cooking one up. Xenox with the knock on Humilled Kingy. And Coops does get the nade to thirst Humilled. With Pantherita down, that leaves it up to Dathan and Trasher alone. And it looks like they're going to use this opportunity to dip out. I don't blame them one bit for that. Well, we do see 100 troubles up at Rozhawk. Oh, here we go. Nova versus Chanchos. And Chanchos are going to just keep on moving. Probably the right move for them as well. Mizexis with an opportunity to gatekeep members of Dior on the outskirts, or pardon me, outside of zone. Hey, it's our second time getting to see the foot pedal. All right, hit list. Team 3 up in the mix with members of Night Slayers. Hit list and Night Slayers relatively close by one another. We got Ritsu here trying to catch eyes with a 4X Scar L. Oh, the Chosen. Chosen having at it right now with Black Panthers. The Chosen and Black Panthers. And Diego and Blue Ice just wreck into Didi right there as Diego gets the knock with and a quick immediate thirst, I guess, with the UMP. Mizexis is going to drive right by the full squad of Dior. Keep in mind, Mizexis is also still a full squad. Looks like Wall Street Bets and members of 19 Esports aren't too far off from one another. But not fighting just yet. All right, Peralta working his way up to the Knights. He's got Tensa in sight with a 3x M4. Couple single tap shots going downhill. I believe it's by Tensa. Towards members of Mizexis, not really connecting with any damage there. As Mizexis works their way directly into Pachinki here. Interestingly enough, no one to contest Pachinki with. We got the boys in Wall Street Bets, as I said a little earlier, not too far off from 19 Esports, but just not quite close enough that they're engaging. Oh, hit list and Nova having at it. Rin taking out a member of the hit list from a distance, no less. Iconic going down, leaving it up to Jat G, Goldblade, and Glint. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name. Single tapping that M4 6X, trying to get some damage in on Iris from Execute. Not finding any connecting shots there, though, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to get asked that we get eyes on 19 Esports for just a moment. They are rotating, but they are rotating closer and closer to Black Panthers. Looks like they caught wind of them and decided to turn back. Salty focused in on QZ from Nova. All the while, the Black Panthers remaining an all too real threat. 19 Esports driving right into Nova. Here we go. It's about to go down. Maybe we can get eyes on SB or one of the closer members of 19E. There we go. QZ cooking up a utility. It's going to be a nade throw. Oh, he does some pretty significant damage. And then QZ getting a nade on Sin. I'm so sorry we weren't able to actually catch the perspective of that, but that was an amazing nade. Sin down. SB's going down. It's all on Alucard now. Keeping the pressure on with that UMP, but it is not enough as Rin lays into him, finishing off 19 Esports. Hey, Sam going in and clutching for the Black Panthers right there. And he's got multiple members to revive here. All right. Well, once again, we're left here with a little bit of a spread. But boy, this zone is shrinking fast. We're down to 41 people left, so we still have the majority of the playing field still alive. And we are just passing mid-game. Not a lot happening. I'm hearing shots being put down in the distance. We're hearing shots. Yep, it's between 100 Trebles and Black Panthers. If we can get eyes on that, there we go. I can't really see. All right, Seth's trying to get away from the Panthers. He's a ways away from his team, but trying desperately to get away. He's got a sliver of life left, and it's down to just... Oh! Well, he does escape the clutches of the Panthers. However, shots are still being fired his direction. And Glint going in. So we got a standoff here between Wall Street Bets and the hit list. All the while, Nova working their way around the altercation. Hey, Black Panthers going after the Night Slayers in the distance. And, oh, Team Choncho's having at it with the Panthers. And Trasher is down right before our eyes by Steva with the M4. All right, Sheafin with an 8X SKS. Trying to catch eyes on Nemesis and Draco. Hey, and there's Jat G from the hit list, keeping the pressure on Nova. 4X M4 at the ready. Scoped in on Koi. It's either Koi or QZ. I can't read. Oh, no, QZ's been eliminated. It's Koi. Sorry, guys. It's that blurry screen. All right, the Black Panthers, watching members of Dior pull their rotations. Blue Ice with the 3X M4 at the ready. Oh, Koi does get Glint from the hit list. That leaves it up to Iconic, Goldblade, and Jat G. Whoa, Iconic with an amazing knock there on Diego before being knocked himself by Sam in retaliation with the Scar L. The Panthers hearing all the noise and commotion are coming out for the Black Panthers. Moso putting some great damage and getting the knock on Blue Ice, taking not a little bit of damage, taking a considerable amount of damage himself, being brought down to below half health. 7 kills so far to the Black Panthers' name, 3 of which belong to Sam here. Keep in mind, it's down to just Sam and 0. All right. Still have a full squad here for 100 trebles. Assess Rex into Ritsu and getting the knock on Lech Boy as well. Russell cooking up a nade of his own, meant for Steve-O. Hey, Frady from the Panthers going after Sam and getting him with a nade. Iconic going after Ali. All right, Dior in a battle of throwables and utilities with Nova here. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to get because Koi and Rin both have a little bit of cover here. But I do love what the way Dior is utilizing the real estate, the geography of the land to kind of provide their own cover. Execute facing off with 100 troubles. A little bit of distance between them. Iris single tapping that Scar L. Oh, Demonson taken out by Sheefin right then and there via the Scar L. And oh, this is bad news for Dior. Can they stick this revive in time? They got 36 seconds before that zone starts working in. Yang getting the knock on Sheefin. Goodness gracious, guys, we are down to 7 teams here. 7 full teams remain in this tiny, maybe not full, 7 teams remain. Russell is downed right then and there by Iris with the Scar L. Glint going after Iris in retaliation. Actually, I guess that wouldn't really be retaliation, as he's the hit list. All right. Nemesis from Wall Street Bets going after Jayuya from the Panthers. Let's catch eyes. Gray go down, he go down. Nemesis is the last hope. And the jump shots, beautifully done. He's not out of the thicket just yet. Moso finished off by Jason. Iris gets Moso. And there's the push from Koi. Easy takedown. Oh, Sheefin just wrecking into him. Bye-bye Garu and bye-bye Dior. Guys, that leaves us down to 4 teams, I believe. The hit list, Execute, Nova, and 100 Trebles. It's a 4v2v2v1 to end round 4. Glint taken down by Jason from Execute. And quickly thirsted. Goldblade is the last remaining member for the hit list. Look at that. Yang from Nova, or pardon me, Yang from Execute going in on Nova, taking out Koi. So Execute, this is really their match to win. It's a full squad of Execute members against 3 solos. And Juancho from 100 Troubles is eliminated in 4th place. Yang firing from outside of the dead zone does get the knock and the thirst on Sheefin. So it's down to a 1v4 Goldblade from the hit list against a 4-person team of Execute members. And that, we could pretty much tell that was bound to happen. A 4v1 is a tough one to pull off. But you got to give it to the boys in Execute, securing 1st place with an impressive 9 kills. Nicely done. We got second place going to the hit list with 5 kills, 4 of which are from Goldblade. Nova in third with 6. We got 100 Troubles grabbing fourth with 2 kills, both of which are from Cess. We got Dior in fifth, but with 0 kills to speak of. The Panthers grabbing 6 with 6. Wall Street Bets in seventh with 6 as well. We got the Black Panthers taking eighth this time around with 7 kills. The Night Slayers in ninth with 4 kills, 3 of which are from Yes Sir. We got Team Chancho securing 10th place, but unfortunately with a big fat onion for kills. We got 11th going to the Knights with 2 kills, 1 from Coops and 1 from Xenox. 12th to Mizexis with 0. Speaking of 0 kills, we got 19 Esports in 13th with 0. 14th goes to the Chosen with 4, 3 of which are from Godfan. And 15th and last place going to Wasted Esports. Oh, yep, 15th and last place going to Wasted Esports this time around with 2 kills. Interesting enough. I'm not sure if the camera is on me or not. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just start talking. If you can see me, that's awesome. There we go. Well, guys, it's starting to really pick things up a little bit. Execute with a phenomenal performance there. Really starting to see a lot more action, definitely a lot more utilities. And I'm hoping that we're going to ride that momentum and aggression moving forward into our last 2 matches. Stick around. We're going to be back in about 6 to 8 minutes with round 5 of the PUBG Mobile Premier Deluxe America's Cup. Stick around. We'll be back.